now we're talking about equations, guys, and they're asking you over which of these intervals, over which of these intervals do we get an average rate of change of positive 1/2, and they give you the function. Well, for this one, it's actually very simple if you know how to use your tools correctly. So first of all, I don't want to. What I could do is I could plug in the x's here to figure out my point. If I want to find my points, remember my x1, y1, and my x2 and y2. I mean, I could plug in my x's and figure out my y's. However, you don't want to work harder, you want to work smarter. So the best thing I could do is we could grab our good old friend Mr. Desmos and graph this function. So let's go ahead and do that. 1 divided by 8, x to the third power. And that's going to be minus x squared. Now look what we're going to do today. If I want to know this point, guys, let me show you right now. We want to know when my x is 0. When my x is 0, what's my y? Well, look, it's let me get that out of the way. When my x is 0, my y is also 0 on the graph. And when my x is 4, well, for this one, if you don't see it clearly, I want you with your finger tap on the graph, and you see that you can touch any point, correct? If you keep it pressed with your finger, you notice you can drag the point as you wish. So remember, the x is the point on the left. So let's go all the way until you see a positive 4. Almost there. Oh, we skipped it. Got to get closer, really close. There it is. Look at that. When my x is 4, my y is negative 8. Boom. And let's get rid of that now. We found ourselves our point with Desmos. Now let's use that information to see if we get a slope of 1/2. So the formula for slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Let's go ahead and plug them in. My y2 is a negative 8. There's a formula. There's a minus in the formula. My y1 is 0. My x2 is 4. There's a minus on this formula. And my x1 is 0. Guys, what's negative 8 minus 0? Negative 8. What's 4 minus 0? 4. Negative 8 divided by 4, that gives us negative 2. Is that positive 1/2? No. So we get rid of this guy. This does not work. We know that letter A is not the answer we're looking for. So let's get rid of these points. Now let's do the same thing, but now when my x is negative 2 and when my x is positive 2, we're going to go with our good old friend Mr. Desmos again. Let's bring this guy back up right here. So when my x is negative 2, go ahead and click on it again. Let's go negative 2, negative 2. We're almost there. There it is. Boom. My y is negative 5. Let's write that down. And when my x is positive 2, once again, click positive 2. We're almost, oh, there it is, negative 3. Thank you, Mr. Desmos. And let's plug it back in. My y2 is a negative 3. There's a minus in the formula. My y1 is a negative 5. Be careful there. Over x2 is 2. There's a minus in the formula. And my x1 is a negative 2. So what happens when negative times a negative? That becomes a positive. Negative times a negative is a positive. What's negative 3 plus 5? That will be a positive 2. What's 2 plus 2? That will be a 4. And guys, a positive 4. And could I reduce that by 2 and get 1/2? And guess what I just found? I found the slope I was looking for. So my answer was actually letter B. And that's how you can use Desmos to really help you out here. Because if you plugged it into the function and you made a mistake, guess what? You're going to get a headache and it's going to be all hard because maybe you made a simple mistake. Use your tools strategically, guys, and it'll help you a lot. It will save you a lot of time.